Sheila and I am a Children's Development Worker at West Medley Enterprise Family Centre.
My name is Nishaba Mahmood and I am the Children's Development Coordinator at West Medley Enterprise.
Okay, thank you. So, first question is, where do you think storytelling, as opposed to story reading, fits in children's early literacy development, particularly where children are growing up with parents speaking more than one language?
We feel that it helps the children's literacy development because they have an exposure to language, so they learn new vocabulary and they give meaning to words as well. It helps them to develop an understanding of the world around them and different cultures, learning through literacy and storytelling books.
We also believe that obviously through storytelling, parents become more passionate, they use their children's interests a lot more as well. So again, that develops the children's early literacy development. We also believe that families that we work with especially, some of them struggle to read. So reading books can be quite difficult to them, but through storytelling they're able to use their imagination and again getting the children's interest, getting the children's imagination as well, and using the environment as much as they can as well, which again is children's interest, and parents feel a lot more comfortable telling stories, making stories up rather than just sitting there reading the story.
Okay. Use different props and use role play as well to help them tell stories if they've got a different language.
Fantastic, thank you. How do you think parents approach telling stories to their children from their own culture and heritage?
So we believe that they could use different cultural places as well, like the environment, to tell stories as well, and using photos to tell their own experiences.
Especially with our families, we have a lot of, obviously we've got a wide variety of cultures where we work, but a lot of them get the older generation involved, so them telling stories about their childhood, and not only that, I think with children, in using that kind of approach, it allows them to kind of look at morals, look at different kinds of what's right, what's wrong, and how they do it through those storytelling approaches. And we also believe that a lot of our families say they use photos or events that they go to, again to bring that heritage in and the culture, and to say, oh, this is how we used to do it when we were younger. I'll tell you a story of how what used to happen in a village back in India or in Pakistan or Africa, and all those kind of things.
When we're looking at their cultural and heritage, it gives the children a sense of identity as well, where they've come from and what their background is as well when they tell stories to do with their culture.
Fantastic. Oh, sorry, no, please carry on.
I think environment, again, they're able to use that environment, lots of the holy places that they can go to, they tell stories about those as well. And again, like I said, it's the older generation that seem to do it quite a lot with our children.
Yeah, so it's nice to know that the families that you're working with have got extended family that they're able to tap into that, because that's a really important resource, isn't it, for those families?
Yeah.
And wonderful to see that they've got lots to share about their own culture and their own heritage.
Yeah.
I think that's wonderful. What would you say to parents, because I know you work a lot with the parents, well, what would you say to them who are concerned about their children getting confused when they're introduced to different languages from an early age?
So in our community, obviously where our preschools are, we have a lot of children from different backgrounds. So a lot of parents do think that they get confused because at home they're speaking their home language, but at nursery and preschool we're speaking English too. But we always express that it's really important for them to learn their home language and be confident in their home language first. Obviously children, we're trying to say words...
That's okay, carry on.
We're obviously trying to encourage them to use their home language. We have our staff in our preschool, and when we go to our sessions as well, we try and use different words, like keywords from different languages to promote their home language as well.
So even in our registration forms for children that start nursery or even stay and play, we always ask what their home language is, what do they speak at home, because we find it, like we say, we do find it's very, very important that children do learn their home language, and those that do learn their home language and know their home language will also notice that their vocabulary, their language develops more even when they are learning their English words as well.
Okay, thank you.